Something there?
What? It was just a bug.
Hey, such a do buckaroos. How the heck are you? I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, at least for this particular moment in time. Anyway, so I put an ounce of Grand Marnier, in fact, my last ounce of Grand Marnier in there. I'm going to make the rest of it in front of you. I meant to do that one, but I'd already had it poured. So yeah, it wasn't started yet. Anyways, I digress. So we're doing. I was about just a scant 1 ounce of Grand Marnier, maybe just a tad less. Then I'm also going to add some Dolan Blanc vermouth. Kind of using the Manhattan as a template here, but doing kind of a spring or summer version of a Manhattan, a little bit lighter without the sweet vermouth. So I'm going to use about a half ounce of the Blanc, not a lot, just enough to lighten it up, if you will. But staying with the theme of a Manhattan, I'm going to use a very nice rye. And this is the Purpose Rye, the Fuck Around and Find Out Purpose Rye from Republic Restoratives. And this one is at 100 proof even. I'll show you that bottle. So I'm going to use a solid 2 ounce pour here, maybe 2.5, because this is 1.5 ounce glass here. There we go. Get that poured in there. Oh, I just realized I left my coupe in the other room, so I'm going to have to step off camera for a second, and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm going to strain this into the glass. I've already got the cherries in there again because I'm using the Manhattan as a template here. Then you've got to have your dark cherries. It was a bust. There we go. Get that poured in right about there. Try not to spill, Tom. Let me show you that drink there. I like the Blanc vermouth even more so than the dry for a cocktail like this because it adds just that. It is dry, but it has just that hint of sweetness. It just keeps it a little lighter, right? A little cleaner. Oh, I didn't forget to add my bitters, though. I meant to there, and I forgot. So I had some lemon bitters here. I was going to drop in there, and I forgot to drop them in. So let me add them now. But yeah, just to lighten it up, make it feel like more of a spring summer Manhattan than an actual Manhattan, if you will. I like the looks of this cocktail, though. Nice color. Looks lighter than your traditional Manhattan. But I'm using a good rye. I'm using good ingredients all around. Again, I just want to keep it a tad lighter than your traditional Manhattan. Oh, that's delicious. Again, this is a very nice rye from Republic Restoratives. It's done extremely well. When I make a Manhattan or again a derivative of, I do prefer a minimum of 90, but I really like 100 proof or above. Otherwise, it feels a little too watery for me. Well, that really is good, though. Yeah, that's a nice rye. I forget how good that rye is. I haven't had it in a while. Got a lot of open bottles that I'm trying to finish up. My wife and I have a vacation coming up here in a couple of months. So I'm not buying anything new. I'm kind of trying to finish up stuff that I have. And I've got 4 750s that opened and 2 375s that opened. So that's all. I'm going to work through these already open ones first. So I'm not opening anything new up until next weekend, actually. Well, let's say between now and next weekend. Last year at this time for my birthday, some very good friends gave me a bottle of Blanton's for my birthday, and I got several other bottles of whiskey as well. But I've gone through all of them. But the Blanton's I didn't open yet. I was saving that Blanton's to open this year around, not necessarily on the day, but around that time. So anytime between now and next Sunday, I've got that bottle of Blanton's I'm going to pop open. But that's the only thing I'm going to pop open till all these others are gone. Anyway, I digress. Oh man, this is really good. It's a nice cocktail. I like the way I haven't used this Blanc Vermouth in a while, but I love the way it just kind of lightens things up. It does have a hint of sweetness, but it feels lighter than the dry vermouth, if that makes sense. Bear with me, I forgot to do something real fast here. Shit. There we go. I just wanted to check that real quick. Fred, if you're still there, how you doing? Anyways, I'm going to keep rocking here with this cocktail. Gotta move. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize I had so many open bottles. I'm just gonna take them and give them to some friends to get them out of here, make some room. I'm not gonna buy anything new until my wife and I are on vacation. Like I said, I got those 4 and open, but I'll open up the Blanton's probably either just before, just after my birthday. So again, somewhere between now and Sunday, it's going to get open. But I want to have it to share with some friends, I guess, is what I was getting at. But I've got all these open bottles I need to get rid of. I don't have that collector mentality that a lot of folks have that want to just keep adding bottle after bottle and not opening some, or just opening some and having 2 or 3 drinks out of it and putting it back on a shelf. I just don't do that sort of thing. I tend to buy a lot at one time, and then I quit buying altogether. One time I had several bottles here. Now I'm down to probably about, looks like I had about 15 or so on my bar cart that are open that I need to get rid of. Like I said, I've got the 4, but at one time I had a bunch, but I quit buying quite a while ago. Of course, the region we're going isn't necessarily known for bourbon, more aged rums and tequila. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to find or what I'm going to bring back. But bottom line, I just don't want to buy anymore. I want to try to finish off what I have. I probably won't get down to 0 before vacation, but I kind of want to wind it down. Then I'll start building it back up again. Oh, Oh, mercy. I was doing a lot of cocktails for a while there, but now I've kind of got back to just drinking mostly neat. This is the first cocktail I made in a while. But I do like the classics. If I'm making a cocktail, yeah, I tend to want to stay with the classics. Almost everything I do is a derivative of a Manhattan, an old fashioned, or a martini. I try to stay in that realm. That's my home run swing, if you will. Anyway, oh gosh, I was doing well. That was the end of my Grand Marnier. Used the very last of it. So I bought that Grand Marnier in November of last year. So it's lasted me a little bit, and it was just a 375. So some of it went into some of my wife's cooking and candies during the holiday. Uh, I usually like to keep a bottle around, especially around fall and winter. But I probably won't buy another bottle again until November. I've got some Tiyaki Dock candied orange, of course, so it's just a lighter orange, not as heavy, but a little sweeter. That is okay for some cocktails as well. But for true decadence, you got to have the Grand Marnier. Oh, mercy. Anyways, anyway, anyway, I digress. Uh, you can see the bottle there. I've got that Hard Truth rye I need to work through, and there's also the old Dominic wheat whiskey there as well. Oh, somebody's calling me back. Feel like I'm riding on that train. What's wrong with time? I'm ready. Mercy first. Anyways, let's wrap her up. I am John the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, prayer with all around good guys. Launch you. Again, this one is approximately maybe about two and a quarter ounce of the rye, 100 proof rye, about a half ounce, half to three quarters of the Grand Marnier, and about a half ounce of the Dolin Blanc or sweet vermouth. I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, very wisdom, and all around good guy. Luncheon. Yeah.